And all I'm telling you is from past experience and history is, Gibbons is, they've done this with Bedford County and Chevrolet. And those local folks stepped up. And, if we go back to them and say, well, hey, maybe you can find some place at a lower, but their posture at this point was either the county, city take it over, or we're gone. Now, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the administration on that, but we're on the legislature. I don't think Senator Bowling agrees with it either. But what our job is now to do is to go to Nashville in the General Assembly, and I've got to work to get 50 votes in the House. She'd have to work in the Senate to get 17 senators to stand up to this administration and say shutting down rural, small town driver's license centers is not treating those folks like state citizens, and
Okay.
but that takes time. See, we're a part-time legislature, we don't meet till from January, and I'm not meeting to hold y'all up longer term here, but it's not by accident that they chose to do this in October. And you said the lease would be up in April, but they did that, when we're not up there in Nashville and Capitol Hill. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Commissioner. I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm a state leader, you are the local leaders. And, Bedford County, Gibson, and so those are just the things out there. But sometimes you got to have a counter proposal. I've talked to Chairman Bell about that. Sometimes you got to have some kind of other offer the next time you meet with them and say, well, what about this? But I'm also with Commissioner Bell. Before you go to another facility, you got to put out bids. I mean, that's the law. You can't just say, well, hey, here's a building, let's go to that next week, even though it might be a cut of half or, so. And I understand, I've talked with Herschel, I understand y'all's situation as far as budgetary with the loss of property tax, coming up on y'all. I get that. And that's why, I mentioned and said, I talked to Chairman Bell, but, about a one-time expense, look at your reserves. That wouldn't have to go in the budget, but, so, as an option. Just throwing it on there. But that's for y'all to decide as county elected leaders.
All right, we got the resolution, we got it passed, so this will be on the court docket, the next court meeting. And just on hold. All right. Next business on the agenda is, unless one of y'all have questions. Okay. Next business is EMS report.
We ain't going nowhere. We're standing right here.
We own that building.
We own that building. That's exactly right.
All three of them there.
Yeah, all three.
Just an update, this shows you some mileage on our vehicles. Where we're at. Keep that in mind. Like since Terry's here, we need to put a bug in his ear with coming up so close on the money on getting another ambulance and staying ahead of the regulations of the state of Tennessee. Maybe we need to think about see if Terry could help us in the financial committee with a capital outlay and us pay half of it. Now, to next year's budget, we need to be doing something because we're running out of time.
Why do we need to do a capital outlay when we had the money in the budget when the budget was passed? Just a question.
We have to keep $243,000 in the fund,
Yeah.
because if we go under that, then we have to
You have to keep 1 month's operations, 214,000, ain't it?
okay.
Yeah. but we've only got 262 in the fund balance. And how much was the ambulance?
90,000.
Well, you know, anywhere from 90 to 100, we ain't be.
Would make us a little shy, right, but it'd make us a little shy on that.
I went to the budget and finance meeting, and that's what they told me. They said if we would hold off to the first of the year, that we would get a capital outlay note. If we needed it to get one.
Is our money's fault? Or our money's down?
No, our revenue should come in about comparable to last year. I mean, there is a variable.
I understand.
Things you never know, but
I didn't know we
on
got
track
Medicare on
currently.
Medicare or what, I didn't know.
On track currently, it should be the same as last.
Should be up with the runs up.
We've got to get in a routine of trying to get an ambulance ordered on at least a yearly basis. I mean, we look right here at Medic 2, it's got nearly 300,000 miles on it. Is there a point, and I guess we've talked about this, is there a point that,
6 and 8, all have right at 250.
but I mean, is there a point like that you can't use an ambulance for the miles? We talked about that once before.
No,
When you
just have
get
have
to a certain
inspection.
point, you have to pay for more inspections.
That's what we talked about.
They do relicenses right now they're once a year, and if you get over 300,000, was it every 6 months or so? Or
Every 30,000 miles.
And that's how much for that?
2 times a year.
How much is that running?
It's about 2 $2.25. If my memory serves me correctly.
$250 or $250?
Yeah,
$225.
I mean, these
I thought it was
vehicles,
over 250,000. Is it 300,000?
I think once you break 200,000, you have to start getting into 30,000.
200,000.
When you break 200,000 miles.
Well, we got 3 in services already over that one pushing 300,000. I'd hate to know I was dying and that's the truck they put me in, I put it that way.
Really got 4
It's
trucks.
a sure way.
I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a Cessna, I don't want to do it.
There you go. I mean, mileage, of course, depicts, you know, I mean, miles the trucks ran down the road. I think that the big thing when it comes to the miles these trucks are designed to run, higher mileage than what we used to. We used to turn these things over to 100,000. But the way the trucks are built, the types we're buying, they are built to run a little more. But once you get up into those 300,000 plus, you got stress and fatigue. And a mechanical inspection can only go so far with showing you what that vehicle is in shape, or how much that vehicle is in shape. So now you're just running the liability and running the risk of a failure. And so with the type of business these things do, it's just not a good idea to run chance, you know, to press your luck. And so, you know, once you reach that 300,000 mile mark, it's a good idea to start thinking about turning that thing over and remounting.
I did a lot of pencil work on it, and I can show you a copy of it, Terry, since they're picking on you anyway. But it does work out a whole lot better, mileage-wise on the rotation, and we can keep the vehicles under that if we did it yearly instead of waiting 2 years, because it actually is 2 years and 6 months.
Yeah, if we order one in January, we won't get it till, what, June?
Plus, if you're buying tractors, do you buy one tractor a year, 2 years in a row, or do you buy 2 tractors?
If I don't make no money, I don't buy none.
I understand that too, but we have to keep a vehicle under these guys.
See, and all this has changed. Linda said, used to this fund balance deal, that's another regulation by the state. Used to that wasn't a big deal, but it's not exactly, you've got to have that money in hand for that month's expense.
It's not anticipated.
It's not anticipated.
Yeah, you've got to have it,
You gotta have it in hand,
in the bank.
so that makes her job a lot harder to keep these fund balances can't run as tight as they maybe once did. Is what she
Well,
told me.
I appreciate the finance committee letting us understand that there's other options we can do, you know. And, you know, was this November 1st, first year ain't that far away.
No.
So,
So I'm understanding that by January, we could possibly see about,
Yeah, that's what Linda had talked about. We're just barely into this new budget. You know, you're just talking about basically being in 3 months. So to really tell what anybody's got in their budget is almost impossible.
exactly.
We may actually look better once.
We may look a lot better. After you get about 6 months behind you, you got something to kind of look back at and you can tell where you're at. But to come along and do it right, just with 2 or 3 months in it, you don't know what you've got coming forward.
Well, in our defense, we tried to do it with the budget.
Well, if we didn't have a tight budget, which it looks like we'll have another next year.
But we learned something. Hey, we learned that we need to be buying in the spring, not the fall.
Apparently, yeah. But
I'm just gonna say, I still see, like Medicaid, I seen it today, and I just love seeing that little allowance. We don't never get rid of it. It just keeps on, it's like the bunny rabbit, it just keeps on
Probably the
kicking.
miles on the chassis, but not the motor.
That's right, but what I'm saying is, I seen it today coming from Manchester, I went to Manchester, and I passed it, and I thought,
And the year models are a little deceiving, like we show a 2012 model Dodge, it wasn't put in service till 2013.
Yeah.
The 2015
the new Dodge is a
Freightliner
Ford.
is only 6 months. It was put in late April. The 2014 Dodge wasn't put in until
March.
2015.
it was put in March, wasn't it?
No, it was January, February. And we got it first.
I know, but I thought it was in March.
It might have been February, March.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're rolling up to miles in a hurry. What'd you say, your runs are up about 16-17% over last year?
It's almost that. Of course, it varies, but that's the peak, but overall,
For what, the trend we've got going right now?
yeah, trending it is.
So we need to just wait till January meeting and just see where we're going from there on a new ambulance, correct?
They said if we was in, I believe with dire need for one, we'd do something, try to do something beforehand. That's what we're running right now. But I also told him if we ordered one in January, which we'll have to do the same thing with it, but the bid's out, because he can't put the bid out till after we get the money. That we're looking at June to July of getting the new one here.
You still be 6 months ahead of what we've been doing, though.
But, all right, what else you got for us, Brian?
That's about it. Everything's running down the middle of the road. More counts at 15. In case anybody was wondering. I'm sorry, Randy, go ahead.
no, I interrupted you, I apologize.
No.
I occasionally run into some of the guys, from ambulance service, and I always ask, just about every time, how's morale, and everybody is, I can tell, there's a whole lot better than when I asked 6-8 months ago. I appreciate whatever's going on out there and what you're doing, and I believe the morale's a whole lot better.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I went out there a while back, spent the day, I wonder when it was now.
Good luck.
That time of year. Any questions for Brian? Oh, what did we find out about our AEDs?
They're on the list.
On the
We've
grant,
submitted-
on the,
yeah,
grant.
submitted a request and for a dozen, and for replacement of the ones we have now. So we won't know. Unfortunate thing is AFG's not released as far as awards until February. So we won't know until February if we got the money for that. But the good thing is that the FDA said it was a December 31st recommended. Of course, the company was going to stop the peripherals on December 31st. And so that's just 2 months out, we should be okay. Most of those things go for 2 years on shelf life, so
How many we got?
a dozen.
I thought it was.
Now that's what we call a PAD program, public access defibrillation, and first responders in the county fire departments all put together.
And I'm sure y'all are they on a monthly check or bi-monthly or something to check them?
Yeah, I mean, like the ones at the senior center, they check it. The
They do
one
their
I
own
check
check.
the one up front, and then the courthouse, and then the one at the jail they take care of. Of course, I can't get in there all the time, so that's something they take care of.
But they are on a schedule.
Yes, yeah. They have to be, I guess, calibrated is what's the good word to say, once a year. So we have a service come out of Nashville that does our cardiac monitors on the ambulance. They calibrate these once a year.
All right. Got any more questions for Brian? We got any more business for the safety committee?
Motion adjourned.
Second, all agree, say aye. Hold like that.
I'm missing a football now.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, just a minute.
I'll make mine.
No, I like it. But I watch football instead of coach.
I'll take a picture of your hand up there.
I understand, I appreciate you at least letting me.
I don't have a clue. I'm not a football person.
It's up to you. It would have to be good out. You know they're gonna pass it. If it ever goes. Because you're going for punishment, they're willing to put it. So that means you're on.
We're allowed, we can go out.
Passes it.
I'll work.
Straight, perfect. Anything over that?
Bring it.
Who's coming by the house?
Something like a prayer would help.